Okay, here we go. We're live here on the YouTube platform. A few minutes late because I timed it up with the start of the broadcast and didn't realize as soon as I turned on my TV I was going to pretty much be going to commercial. So, yeah, I went and delayed the start of the stream around that. But we are back here. We're gonna be going through Las Vegas. I also watched bits and pieces of the F1 race this morning, and then I was listening to IndyCar radio on my way home from work. So got to pretty much catch up on all the races this weekend. We had IndyCar, which was a literal crazy race in St. Petersburg, Bahrain for F1. It was just it was your normal F1. You really got to see the talented drivers. Speaking of talented drivers, Danica Patrick's on screen. Yay. Ugh. Well, hey, you know what? I'm here to bring some better commentary than that. There we go. Man. This is going to be painful to listen to Danica for 2 weeks in a row here. But I believe it was Max Verstappen got the win in F1, if I remember correctly. After starting on pole, Fernando Alonso getting a pole, or not a pole, but a podium there in Bahrain was incredible to start his F1 season. Romain Grosjean got the pole position in the IndyCar race. He ended up getting turned up or twisted up with a teammate. All right, so yeah. So yeah, right now they're just talking about the track. We're kind of waiting to get going here. So yeah, they haven't fired the engines yet, so we still have a little bit of time. Hopefully we can get a few people in here. Here we go. Command to start the engines. Yay. About time. I'm also going to pull up the leaderboard on my other tab. That way I can scroll around without being messed up. Also, yeah, I couldn't find an easy way to get the any of the other data up on the screen for you. So here we go. Engines are fired, and we're gonna be getting ready for a crazy race here at Vegas. I made the correct pick with the Kyle Busch winning the Auto Club. I think I made that correct prediction. Don't remember if I made a pre-race pick at Oh, I know. My big prediction I got right was Bowman for the pole, but yeah. And they go to an ad break. All right, so yeah, let's see who anybody actually in here right now. But yeah, so the IndyCar race got off to a really crazy start. I did get to see the beginning of that on the on Peacock before I had to go back to work from out on my break. Yeah, yeah, two different cars at two different points got airborne in the IndyCar race too, which was insane. Glad to hear that most everybody is okay. I think what's his name, Jack Harvey. I think was going to a hospital for further evaluation, but he should be okay. He got out of his car, I think, under his own power, if I'm not mistaken, and he has been awake and alert this whole time, so he should be okay. Of course, we'll have to wait and see long-term effects that we just won't see yet. All right, so yep, here we go. We're getting ready to go green. Just kind of waiting out these commercial breaks before the race. I'm glad they're getting some commercials in before, because maybe that means we won't miss much in the actual race. Biggest thing, though, again, and this is something I've kind of come to the conclusion of over the past 3 weeks of calling these races, is I'm not as bothered by the stuff happening when we're at commercial break, because commercial breaks you can't plan around what's going to happen. The biggest thing is the fact that they don't go back and recap what they miss. Mm-hmm. There we go. They are rolling. So Logano got the pole. The pole sit. Got to sit on the pole here at Las Vegas. Ty Gibbs starting up in the top 4. That is impressive to see Ty Gibbs starting that far up. It's giving me vibes of what happened in 2021 when he had that Xfinity race where he broke out and won. Then here we go. Kyle Busch winning at Auto Club. He isn't in contention still for the triple. He missed out on the Xfinity race yesterday. That went to Austin Hill. So Kyle will not get the triple. Even though he did win the truck race, he can't get that triple. Which is something only he's done, and I don't think he does any. I don't think he has any other triple attempts planned for this year between trucks and Cup and Xfinity. But here we go. It is his home track though, so I wouldn't be opposed to seeing another Kyle Busch win today, but I do kind of want to see another different winner. I'm thinking Chastain. Chastain's my gut feeling. I think Chastain, he's shown some speed. Didn't qualify as well as I thought he would. Then there's, but I am curious to see how Ty Gibbs does. But my gut feeling is that Chastain there in row, I think that's row 4. Let me see, row 4. Yep, Chastain outside of row 4. Yeah, he is going to be a show to watch here at the start. He finished top 5, yeah, in both races last year at this track. All right, so you got 2 pit reporters, it looks like, and Larry McReynolds, obviously. Oh yeah, one other thing to mention: Chase Elliott is out with an injury. Josh Berry is filling in the car in his absence. He got Chase Elliott broke his tibia, I think it was, in his leg during a snowboarding accident in Colorado the other day. Can't fault him. He was trying to have some fun, and accidents happen. But yeah, it will probably put him out the race for a little while. It's a similar injury to what Kyle Busch suffered at Daytona back in 2015. I think Kyle he broke both legs, I think it was, so that was obviously a longer recovery time. I'd say month and a half, maybe 2 months for would be my estimation for Elliott's kind of timeline for his recovery. But again, a lot of these are very up in the air, as we saw last year with Kurt Busch's very long and eventual no return to racing. Then you had Bowman, who returned at LA this year. Actually, no, he returned at Phoenix for that race. But yeah, here we go. So right now, I think for the stage strategy, I think you split it in half for this first stage. Yeah, this is pretty accurate to how NASCAR racing has been, just rolling a roulette wheel. But yeah, I'm saying Chastain gets it this week. He's shown some speed. Kind of surprised his odds aren't better. Looking at the Vegas odds that they just put up on the screen, Logano and Kyle Busch are co-favorites. Ty Gibbs's odds have skyrocketed, I'm sure, because of that qualifying position. Yeah, Barry is right near the bottom of the, or in the second page at least, of the odds. But, yep, here we go. How's everybody doing today? Having a good day so far. We're getting ready for some race cars, which is always fun. During the first commercial break, I do have one thing I need to go do real quick, but I will be back hopefully before the commercial ends. But here we go. 20-mile-an-hour gusts of wind. Oh my, that's gonna be a big factor there with the wind. I just think back to, I think it was 2019, that crazy race at Kansas where almost everybody that was a playoff driver ended up getting wiped out. In particular, really early on, there was like a big multi-car crash right near the front of the field at Kansas in the Xfinity Series, and they blamed it on the wind. So here we go. Alright, so yeah, here we go. They're pacing around, just trying to think of what else to mention here before we go green. Yeah, this has been really fun, honestly, to just kind of experiment with these broadcasts and calling these races. This has been a ton of fun. Getting ready to do another one here at Vegas. Like still on the pace cars. We got another couple of laps. But how's everybody doing today? Got a couple of people in here. They're showing the replays right now from last year. So Bowman getting the win off of a very luckily timed yellow with Kyle Busch and Truex, who are going to fight it out for the win instead. And then Joey got it in the fall over Chastain. But yeah, curious to see how this ends up going. But yeah, Chastain is my eventual race pick, though. Josh Berry in the 9, that just looks really weird to see. Yeah, so on Friday he broke his tibia, and otherwise known as his shin bone. So Yep. So Chase Elliott's home in Charlotte, kind of recovering rather than being at the track today. So curious to see that that he didn't have any media appearances required. But yep, here we go. I say this will be the test for Josh Berry because you do not find many cars that are better than Chase Elliott's number 9. Here we go. So Reddick, Burton, and who else to the rear? Okay. So McLeod was the other one going to the rear. So Reddick, McLeod, and Burton are all going to the rear. Yep, we're here. We're ready to go green. I am excited here. We got Las Vegas racing. Hopefully, it'll be pretty good. The mile and a halfs with this next gen car have been amazing, which is pretty much against all odds because we really have not had stellar racing here. But here we go. Pace car is off, and we are going green, green, green. The green flag is out, and we are off and racing. Here you go. Kyle Larson already 3 wide. Yep, Ty Gibbs already middle of 3 wide. He's really going to get an introduction to the front of the field racing here as he started 4th. And there we go. Chastain goes with Larson there and helps him get around the 54. 54 falling back a little bit here. He's back to 6th. Possibly going to fall further here. Again, it's going to be imperative for him to pretty much try and maintain some of this track position early. He might not maintain it the entire day for maintain the top 10 for the entire day for Ty Gibbs. And you can definitely recover if you do fall back, but I think it will definitely help him if he can maintain, say, top 10 through this first round of pit stops. But right now, Logano is off with the lead. William Byron funneled into 2nd. 3rd place went to, not sure who 3rd place went to because they now pan to Kyle Busch and Ty Gibbs fighting it out for that 6th spot. There we go. Say right now it looks like Ty Gibbs is in a lot of trouble trying to stay competitive. Looks like he might be getting some help here from a Toyota teammate between Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin. It's not helping a ton, but it's something. Here we go. So Christopher Bell all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. Denny Hamlin still on the top side there. Again, this fight is for 7th. Okay, so Blaney was the one that filed into 3rd. 4th was Larson. 5th, Chastain. They finally put the leaderboard up on their screen. Guess I could have checked my stuff. But, yep. Here we go. Larson looking to the inside here on Ryan Blaney, trying to take 3rd away from him. But Blaney on that outside, he might be able to make it work back around the outside here. But yeah, that low side might be better for preserving tires, maybe, even though it isn't better for outright speed. Like in qualifying, everybody looked like they were. It was kind of a mix of top and bottom, and they're talking about how in practice, apparently, people were staying away from that bottom. All right, Blaney gave up the position officially there, so Larson goes into third. Byron and Logano still hold those top two spots. Oh, there we go. Whoa, Chastain up to fourth. So Chastain got around Ryan Blaney there really easily. Okay, 80 laps in the first stage. So yeah, you run about 40 laps here on this on these segments, and you'll pit at the end of each after 40 laps for the fuel and tires. Now Byron could use some help from his teammate here, Larson, to try and make the move around Logano here. We'll have to wait and see, but obviously I think there will be some teammate games being played. Oh, Larson looking to the inside on his teammate Bowman. That doesn't seem to match up with what he normally should be doing. Normally he's got to be going to the. Normally you'd imagine he would go with Byron here to try and make this kind of pass of the lead easier for Byron. So, yeah, right now, Byron's trying to get his first top 25 finish on the season, I think it was. He might have had a 25th place finish, but yeah, they said he's trying to get his first finish better than that. I think it's realistic that he probably will. And we're going to commercial break. How's everybody doing? I can wait till the next break to do my thing that I needed to go do, but yeah. And I say, so far this race has been pretty good. They went green, so they haven't had any major issues through the first 5 to 10 laps. Oh, okay, wow, we're already 12 laps in. It does not feel like it. It feels like we've just kind of barely started. And we're already 2 leaders and 1 lead change in. Byron got the lead. Larson is up to second now. Hopefully that didn't end up hopefully not too much changed. But yeah, Logano being back to third here under the commercial break. Fourth is Chastain. Fifth, Ryan Blaney. Bell? What is Bell doing all the way up to 6th place? Kyle Busch in 7th. But yeah. It's definitely an interesting race here so far. Keselowski up in the top 10. Let's see. Bubba is 10th right now. That's pretty good. Let's see. How's Josh Berry doing? Josh Berry is 21st. Or 31st, I mean. So, yeah, Josh Berry's still quite a ways down there. So, how's everybody doing? So, how's everybody doing? We're here under the the first commercial of the Pennzoil 400 here. William Byron has taken the lead, and we're back from commercial break. Perfect timing. But yeah, how is everybody doing? Is everybody doing all right? Who do you guys? Anyone want to tell me who their early race pick is? I still think Chastain's a very likely option here, and Chastain up to third place there. He just made the spot. He just made the pass here. Let's see if they show the some of these passes at Logano, because Logano is fading. Can we get a segment about Logano fading? Nope, we're going to Toyota something. So we're talking about grill openings. Yay! Just what we wanted to hear. Not about Logano fading already. We wanted to hear about Toyota and their grill openings. Or general grill openings just presented by Toyota. With the Toyota cutaway car. So here we go. Gotta love it. Hopefully they will talk about the whole Logano fading here thing, because that is kind of important. Reddick's passed 19 cars already? Ooh, wow. Yep. Ty Gibbs has lost his starting position here so far. How's everybody doing? We got 5 people in the chat. But yeah, Ty Gibbs has absolutely faded instantly all the way back to 22nd spot here. Yeah, that is not good. Christopher Bell up to 4th? What? Okay, how are all these passes happening and Fox is covering none of them? I mean, I'd love to tell you how some of these guys are doing it. Blaney back to 7th. He just got passed by Denny Hamlin. Now Denny Hamlin's going to be trying to make the pass on Logano to move Logano out of the top 5, and we aren't hearing any of this. I mean, maybe this is just me, but I feel like we should be talking about Logano fading a little bit. Come on. And no, we're going to go talk about the Ty Gibbs falling back. At least we're talking about that now. Doing something that's race coverage. Because again, like, a lot of these segments are good. They just seem like they're really poorly timed. Like, again, Toyota cutaway car. Can we talk about the stuff that changed under the commercial break first and then do Toyota cutaway car? So here we go. And now, there we go. We're showing a Hamlin versus Logano here for 5th. So here we go. Right now, Logano, Hamlin got by Logano here, and he's going to start setting sail trying to get to this front. Let me see what we got for laps. Alright. Here we go. We go into another commercial break already? It has been maybe 10 laps, and we're back to another full screen commercial break. Oh my. Here we go. We're going to go to a commercial break of our own, though, real quick, and I'm going to go do something. Hopefully we won't miss anything too big. Alright. Sorry, I'm back now. We are just getting back from commercial break. Byron has extended his gap um, up to a little over or about a second and a half here. 1.3 it looks like is the official measurement according to the online leaderboards. So here we go. We're back and we are going to be... There we go. But yeah, right now Byron's just trying to extend this. Maybe I think he and Larson are going to try and stretch this to the green flag stop. So here we go. How's it going, everybody? We got quite a few people in here now. Let's see. Hamlin is up to 5th. Keselowski up to 6th. And whoa, we got a pit stop here from Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney coming to pit road for his first stop of the day. And there we go. Ryan, he is actually kind of in the window. Maybe this is a planned stop. Or at the very least, he had some amount of planning behind this stop. But yeah, Ryan Blaney, I certainly don't think that this would not have been my plan, and certainly nobody else seemed to plan it this way. Oh, here comes Truex. MTJ coming down pit road, gonna try and copy that strategy, I guess. Question is, when is the first of the leaders gonna come and start dragging the rest of them to pit road? Because I am a firm believer that they will eventually start dragging these guys to the pit lane. Kyle Busch back to 10th. Wow. Reddick's up inside the top 10. Keselowski and Bubba up into 5th and 6th right now, as Hamlin, I believe, is pitting. Denny Hamlin on pit road here. So here we go. There we go. Yep, so, okay, now we're starting to drag some cars to pit road. There we go. Cindric, Harrison Burton. I think that's the 41 there. Ryan Preece on pit road as well. Yeah, not a lot of... okay, there we go. Logano and Harvick. There's some front runners coming to pit road. Logano, your pole sitter, is on pit road. Going to be coming and making his stop. That is going to start to draw maybe some of these guys from the top 10. Busch, Reddick, Bowman, maybe. Maybe Bubba even will get dragged down pit road by that strategy here. Ty Gibbs comes down pit road. Now Noah Gragson is also on pit road. Bell comes to pit road as well. That's going to... yeah, there we go. Yep, everybody's coming to pit road. Bell and Kyle Busch are on pit road as well. Nothing yet from the race leader. There we go, race leader. Not Alex, but William Byron coming down pit road, and that will probably drag Larson to pit road. Same thing with Chastain. Yeah, and there goes Keselowski up to the top. Bubba Wallace, Reddick are the 3 that I don't think have pit yet. Bowman might have pit. We'll have to wait and see how it all cycles around. Justin Haley has not pit yet. Josh Berry might still be waiting for his first pit stop. Noah Gragson too fast on pit road. That is going to cost him some valuable track position. Cost him a couple laps, probably. At the very least, yeah, it'll cost him a couple laps. But, yeah. Here we go. Let's see. We got about... Oh, Austin Dillon as well on pit road. Yaley is staying out thus far. So we're going to have to wait and see who all has officially pit. But looks like the number is about 8 cars that have yet to pit now. Oh, make that 5. Reddick, Bowman, Berry, Yaley, and McLeod are the 5 cars who have yet to come to pit road here. So, oh, and now the rest of the Hendrick cars with Bowman and Berry are on pit road. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Just trying to see if that immediately jumps it for the leaderboard. Weird that the stream doesn't seem to be updating with what I'm seeing on my end. Oh, there we go. Now it's updated. Not sure why it was taking a while to update the leaderboard there. But yeah, there we go. William Byron, Larson, Reddick. Reddick's gonna have to pit there. Yep, there we go. He's pitted now. He's cycled out of it on there. So quite a few lead changes in there, but we end up with the exact same running order here between Kyle Larson and William Byron. William Byron leading over Kyle Larson. It's where Chastain lost the race last week, was on that same strategy there. How's everybody doing though? We got quite a few people in here. I feel like we could really get some interesting picks here. So everybody's kind of. Who do you guys think is going to get stage 1 at least? I'm thinking Byron will probably be able to hold on to it. But, yeah. Man, here we go. Definitely have an interesting race getting ready to go. That's going on here. Nothing too wild yet, but again, it's still the first stage. I feel like a lot of people are going to try and be a little bit more careful. Because you don't want to end up out of the race too early on without anything to fix. Here we go. So here we go. I'm also going to remember to go check in for the fan reward points. Alright, here we go. I'm going to try and get them on the app because for some reason the computer version isn't letting me claim my my points here. Also, a quick reminder to check your fantasy lineups when we get close to halfway here. There we go. I got checked in there. Alright. Oh, Michael McDowell with a speeding penalty? No! Dang, that's unfortunate. So, the best green flag pit stops, Logano had a pretty bad stop, so did Blaney. But yeah, here we go. Actually, I think that was just their running positions after pit road, but here we go. Chastain now having to try and find his way around Gilliland, which we actually had some news for Gilliland coming out this week. He will be running the full Cup schedule. He'll run the 5 of the races where he was moved out of the 38. He will move to the 15 And for Spring Talladega, he will be in the 36 car for Further Motorsports. They managed to find the funding to do a third car for him. Alright, here we go. Man, this is a pretty good race, though, so far. Trackhouse definitely, on the rise. But we'll have to wait and see, obviously, if they regress a bit from last year's performance. Alright, so yeah, I am curious to see what Keselowski might be able to do from 6th place, especially late in the race if he needs it to try and go for the win to try and lock himself into the playoffs. Alright, here we go. So here we go. They're talking with Justin Marks about his decision making behind his two drivers. I think both of them were fairly self evident. They bought Ganassi, who was just starting to click with Chastain, so you don't want to disrupt that, and you don't want to end that partnership potentially before something amazing happens, like the Hail Melon. And then you have Suarez, who's been so key to this team in bringing in Pitbull as a part owner, and now obviously he brought them a win at Sonoma last year. Obviously, though, bringing them to a championship 4 was nice for Chastain, and that will start to potentially heat up the market around him when his deal expires in multiple years. He just signed a multi-year extension. And we're getting ready to go to commercial break here. Alright, so here we go. There we go. How's everybody doing? Oh. Oh, my mom's praying about the weather. Let's get the race back up. So here we go. How's it going, everybody? We got ourselves, we're under a commercial break right now, but there we go. Just trying to, yeah. There we go. I just switched the earbuds there. Just we're gonna clean them a bit, but there we go. How's everybody doing? We got a lot of we got a lot of people here. Obviously, pretty decent start to the season so far. We've gone and we've broadcasted all the heat races, all the qualifying for NASCAR so far this season. For the first 2 weeks. Then last week we did just the Cup race. This week we're doing just the Cup race, but I'm hoping to get back to doing some other stuff too. Maybe get an Xfinity or truck race in. But yeah, here we go. There we go. Let's talking about some college basketball stuff. Well, we're getting back to our racing here. So it's been about 10 laps here. But yeah, I am looking at getting a new monitor so that way I can hopefully keep everything more up to date and live. And so I can have everything kind of more centered. Just gonna have to figure out exactly how big I'm gonna need to get a tape measure. Maybe we can try to get that ready for this coming week at where are we next week? Phoenix. I might try and get that ready for Phoenix. So here we go. Bubba up to 7th right now. That's not bad for him. Obviously, we're going to have to wait and see how he ends up later in the race. But for 7th place this early on, with about 10 laps before points get paid out, that's not too bad. So here we go. Looks like Byron's probably going to end up coasting to this stage win. So here we go. Yeah, I would love to be able to keep this more up to date for you guys. It seems to only update when I actually check the leaderboard, so. Christopher Bell. Wow, there's a lot of Toyota power up in the top 10. You got Bell, Hamlin, Truex, and Bubba 4th through 7th. And then Reddick is about to take 10th here from Keselowski if Keselowski's not careful. There's still 15 to go till the stage break. I thought it was 10 to go. But, yeah. Yeah, so, again, I think it'll probably be. I think Chase Elliott, the earliest I could see him returning would be maybe Talladega in April. But realistically, I don't see him returning until May. Might even be later than that, but here we go. We got a side-by-side commercial here with 14 laps left in the stage here, not the race. But here we go. We've actually had quite a few people tuning in here. How's everybody doing today? Let's see. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Just kind of leading through the field, seeing, Logano is outside the points, which is not great for him. Harvick's back in 13th. Blaney 15th. Just kind of leading some of the guys who we thought might earn some points here. Also, that will play into the fantasy points as well here. So, here we go. This is actually a pretty good, I'm actually enjoying this racing action so far. Yeah, here we go. We're gonna be going green. We're gonna go back to from commercial with about 10 laps to go. It looks like. Assuming we got like one, maybe two more commercials left before we hit the before we get to the end of this commercial break. So here we go. So there's three Chevy. So there's 5 Chevys total in the top 10. You got one Ford, and then the rest are then the other 4 are Toyotas. So Toyota's actually making their presence heard at the front today. That's a little unusual for them. Normally their MO is outperforming everybody's expectations in the pre-race and qualifying well, but then not to mention it's usually a Toyota versus Ford when it comes to numbers versus numbers. But in this top 10, they are pretty much even between Toyota and Chevy. There we go. Bell drops from 4th to 5th, I believe that was the pass. Yeah, it was that was a pass for 4th there. So here we go. All right, man. Whew, starting to get a little tired here. But yeah. Right now we got about 7 laps left in this first segment. All right, so here we go. All right, so here we go. Yeah, Logano is absolutely faded here in the second half of the stage. So far, though, it looks like the Toyotas have the speed at the end of the run here. Bowman's made a lot of progress late in this run, too. Alright, so here we go. Here we go. Sorry. Hey, Patrick's here. How's it going? Sorry, I was just kind of zoning out there, but yeah, we got 4 laps here to go in this stage, and William Byron has really just run away with this first stage. I'm not sure on that one. I'm not giving up on Gibbs on the fantasy side of things yet. I know he's not doing too well at the moment, and he probably is going to be an easy candidate to take out, but I'm not convinced yet that he's going to be, because I think he could survive a wreck that some of my other picks might get involved in. Especially considering to see how American racing had gone today with St. Petersburg. He's 32nd. But isn't he still only 1 lap down? Okay, no, he is 2 laps down. So maybe he had a speeding penalty. I'm not. He hasn't had anything happen to his car itself yet, though, so I'm not worried. Yeah, I'm not too worried until kind of we see the some actual damage on that car. Because again, one crash here at the front, and Larson, Bowman, Chastain, Hamlin, Kyle Busch, some of my other people I was looking at for picks. I don't know who actually ended up in my lineup as the final few. But here we go, green and white checkers for William Byron. So yeah, right now, wow, Chastain, he's doing well, hanging up there in the top 5 there. Keselowski getting 10th, that's impressive, honestly. Keselowski's starting to earn some of those points there. But yeah, so far it's been a Chevy versus Toyota party at the front. And we're going to commercial. They're going to commercial break. We are going to be staying right here. But yeah, really nice to see Keselowski and RFK end up in the top 10 here. Yeah, Ford has really struggled today. Say Joey Logano's long run speed wasn't there. I know McDowell had a speeding penalty. Then the rest of them are kind of just question marks, like with Briscoe. Because Briscoe is all the way down in 27th. Not really sure how he ended up 2 laps down. Decided just driving slow. Ryan Preece, I believe, got lapped on pace, but he should be the free pass, I think. So there we go. Yeah, that's kind of a quick look at it. Eric Jones in the top 15. That's an interesting one to see. Obviously, it doesn't mean much in terms of points, but it's something to keep an eye on. But yeah, Toyota is gonna have to find some speed though in this in the second and third. Well, Toyota's gonna need to find a way around the Chevys, but Ford's gonna need to find some overall pace before they worry about any of these. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see what we can get going on here. But yeah, this race really has been dominated, but we're gonna have to wait and see how this ends up going as we get further and further into this. Just a quick recap again from the IndyCar side of things. Earlier today, they raced at St. Petersburg. They had 2 cars. Okay, all the Fords are getting tight off the center. Yeah, Gregson with 2 speeding penalties in a row. Wait, so he had a speeding penalty, and then he had a speeding penalty on his penalty drive-through? That's pretty funny. You get a speeding penalty while serving your speeding penalty. But yeah, Harvick really has seemed to be the most impressive of the Fords so far in terms of being able to hold on. But yeah, there was a lot of chaos going on in IndyCar today at St. Pete. There were 2 cars airborne at separate points in the race. There was, which again, from everything I've heard, everybody walked away and was okay from those wrecks. So I'm glad to see that end up happening. But yeah, it's always nerve wracking when, especially an open wheel car, gets up in the air. William Byron first, Larson second, third Chastain. So yeah, we've seen most of these results. Yeah, then go. Yeah, thanks for the Halo system. Yeah, that really is Keystone. Did you see any of those wrecks from the IndyCar race earlier this afternoon or morning? Um, I say Delvin DiFrancesco got up in the air and got spun around. Never actually went upside down, but just kind of went up in the air and then spun around more like a record, not upside down. But yeah, there was like a six, seven, eight car pile up on the front of the on the first lap of the race. Um, Again, Delvin and everybody, from what I can tell, got out of that one without major injury, which is great. But yeah, so that was always kind of the big worry is injuries when you see big wrecks like that. I think Jack Harvey did go to a hospital for further evaluation. I haven't heard anything from there, but again, he's up and alert and everything. I think it's just being sore and wanting to be doubly sure that you're okay. Better to safe than sorry, I'm sure. But yeah, and then later in the race, I didn't see the second airborne car. Yeah, I didn't get to see who that one was, but yeah, there was another massive crash over there, which is always fun. So here we go. But yeah, that was just such a weird race to see the start of that thing. You can see it go from the biggest field in IndyCar history at St. Petersburg to with 27 cars to being to getting completely wrecked in the first run. So here we go. Let's see if this second stage will continue the interesting storylines that we've seen so far. Let's see. Did they already pit here in this? Yeah, they all came down pit road there. Right, got blocked in. Okay, so yeah, you've been at work since 8 a.m. So okay, yeah. So yeah, that was one of the biggest crashes I've seen in a while in all of motorsport. Let me see if I can get a replay that I can put up on the screen for you guys. I'm not sure if I will be able to do it. Probably, actually, yeah, no, probably not. But yeah, I think the big thing when it comes to the overall like season, I think you're gonna see the Fords will find something when we maybe get to Phoenix. Because so far the big tracks have really been Chevy playgrounds this year, and that I know that's not what Chevy or Ford want because they're well, it's what Chevy wants. Chevy wants to be dominant, but yeah, you always want to be the best on the high speed tracks for those teams because Chevy and Ford are always kind of boasting the horsepower game. Meanwhile, Toyota's been more of the handling style manufacturer. So yeah. So here we go. They're showing some more ads for the NASCAR 75 thing, as well as some other just kind of commercial breaks. So yeah, during commercial break or during stage breaks, you got a chance to run quite a few commercials. Try and get most of the show paid for through there. But yeah, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, and again, that's but like when it comes to the actual like manufacturer thing, especially when we get to Michigan, which is kind of the Chevy versus Ford hometown game. I know Toyota used to have Kentucky. I don't know what Toyota's home race really is at this point. I mean, I guess I know that Toyota sponsors the Richmond race, so I guess that would be as close as they probably have to a home race nowadays. They used to have Kentucky, which is where the Camry is made. But obviously, we'll have to wait and see on that one. I mean, I'm sure they aren't going to say what they consider their top race. But yet, Denny Hamlin up to third. That's nice to see. Kyle was dropping all the way to ninth or 10th. That's not good. So HP goes. I'm guessing you're about to post a list of Toyota. Yeah. Yeah, this is without the restrictions. Yeah, with the restrictions, it gets all kind of mixed up. Yeah, Chevy at the top. Not surprised to see Chevy with the most horsepower, supposedly. But they're all so close. I mean, Ford is a little behind on the horsepower front, but again, oh, here we go. A post from or the Henry Motorsports statement on Elliott's injury. Chase's health is primary concern. He has spoken with several members of our media team or our team, and is understandably disappointed to miss time in the car. And of course, he has our full support. So yeah, that's going to be really interesting to see how Elliott does when he returns to the car, and if he'll be able to point his way back into the playoffs. Obviously, they've already applied for the waiver, and I see absolutely no reason that Chase Elliott shouldn't get a waiver. I think Chase Elliott absolutely will get a waiver to make the playoffs, assuming that he either points his way in or runs that way in. So, yeah. So, there we go. And it's choose code time. Byron to the top, or Byron to the bottom, I mean. Larson to the top. So, yeah. He's going to pull Kyle Busch, yeah. That's what Elliott's going to be trying to do, is trying to pull the Kyle Busch miracle of 2015, I mean, where he went from injured and missing a decent portion of the season to championship winner. And I believe that Elliott probably could. It'll depend on how he does and how much time he misses due to this. Obviously, he no longer actually has to be in the top 30 if he does win a race, so if he does miss, say, 10, 15 races, he doesn't have to worry about that 30th place in points. He just has to worry about getting a win. So the new longer restart zone is weird that they don't have Geico bannering covering the entire extended restart zone. You'd think that they could afford to put more more Geico banners to fill that out. I'm glad they showed on the screen the green zone there to go. Not to mention the white lines do make it somewhat easy to see, but again, it just seems weird that they don't have the Geico stuff extended because again, did Geico not want to pay for some bigger logos or some extended logos there? But yeah, here we go. Oh, Kyle Busch on the outside of what looks like three wide there. A little further back of the camera angle from the TV. Alright, so here we go. It's actually a pretty interesting race thus far. But, man, I'm not a fan of Danica in the booth, but she hasn't been terrible today because she hasn't spoken much. And again, like, oh boy, there are a lot of Toyotas there in that top 10 there. You got 4 Toyotas pretty much lined up there. Oh, you got 2 Toyotas wide there, actually, with MTJ and Christopher Bell. Alright, so there we go. Just kind of keeping an update on everything else. Alright, so here we go. There we go. So here we go. Rolling top seems to be the best way to try and gain spots here. So Bubba has lost a spot to Bowman on the restart. Kyle Busch back in 11th right now. Here we go. I am curious to see what the dirt race ends up looking like on TV. Probably not going to get to see it on in person for the first time this in the history of the event. How's everybody doing today? We have 9 people in the chat. How's it going, everybody? Logano back in 14th. Oh boy. Man, these Fords are really struggling today. Keselowski being the only appearance for them in the top 10. And we're going to commercial break here with about 15 laps here in this first segment. So there we go. Eric Jones actually takes. Eric Jones and Kyle Busch appear to be side by side for that 10th and 11th spot there. So Eric Jones and Kyle Busch kind of swapping back and forth that 10th place there. It's always interesting to see when we got guys side by side. Waiting for who gets at the line to actually be recorded ahead of who. Yep, commercials. And this is the kind of the thing I mentioned earlier in the stream is that I think over the course of doing these broadcasts, I've really been able to kind of hone in on what it is that I'm frustrated by when it comes to the commercials. It's not sheerly the amount of commercials, but it's what they do after they miss something at a commercial break. Like, for example, in the Daytona 500, the first 2 passes to the lead, both happened under commercial breaks. That's not good. What's worse is not explaining how on earth it happened. And not showing any replay of what happened. That's probably the thing that, again, bugs me more and is part of the reason why the commercials feel so so heavy. Oh man, I will say this Mahindra Tractors commercial for Tony Stewart. So yeah, Tony Stewart trying to brag how many fans he's got on the commercial for Mahindra Tractors, going through his pile of fan mail, which is probably a lot of hate mail, honestly, because Tony Stewart made some enemies in his time in NASCAR full time. But yeah, that's a funny commercial. I will say I do like that one. And we are back to racing here in the race. Let's see. What did we miss? What changed? Bowman is up to 5th up now. So Bowman is on the charge. So yeah, Bowman up to 5th. That is incredible. Kyle Busch maintained 10th place. Oh, whoops. I just realized I've been messing with the wrong one. Hopefully I got that. Let's see if I can get this line back up. I got 2 leaderboards, so I'm supposed to be able to kind of follow it. Almost line back up. Let's see. Ooh, Busher and yeah, Suarez just shoved Chris Busher into the fence. Oh my. And yep, that was just too late of a. That's actually very similar. Kind of reminds me of what we saw last time we came to Vegas, where Larson did that to Bubba, and the Bubba ended up retaliating, which led to the 1 race suspension for Bubba. Corey LaJoy got a bit of the fence. Oh wait, no, sorry. Corey LaJoy put the 9 car of Josh Elliott into the fence. But here we go. Blaney and Logano are both have settled down in 14th and 15th. It looks like they've stopped falling as far. So here we go. NASCAR is looking to sign on Amazon for next year. Their TV deal isn't up until the start of the 2025 season, so we're gonna have the NBC Fox split next year. It'll be 2025 when we might see a new deal like Amazon Prime, or even just a single broadcaster for the full season. I'm not completely opposed to the idea of the races going on Amazon Prime. The big thing is I want practice and qualifying to still be visible on regular TV or on some sort of platform. Maybe YouTube. Having it live on YouTube. Like the actual practice and qualifying. Because, like, that is your race promotion right there. Like, that is how you promote the race. Is you have practice and qualifying visible to everybody. And then be like, here, pay this much per month for the races. To actually get the races. Again, it's definitely different to how it's been for the longest time, and long-time NASCAR fans are going to be a little upset with that method. But it is the way that most media is going. But, again, practice and qualifying should be the way that you try and draw people in. Now, again, I'm not saying that it needs to be network TV levels of big. Like, you don't need to go and try and pay for network TV time. Again, my personal preference would be having practice and qualifying up on YouTube live as a way to try and broadcast it free on YouTube. But no, if it is Amazon Prime that they go with, it'll probably put all NASCAR activity behind the Prime paywall. So here we go. Yeah, hopefully Ford can recover somehow. It just seems like a really off day for them. So there we go. Bowman is now up to 4th, by the way. Brad Keselowski up to 8th. Bubba's kind of slipping a little bit. He's um, again, Kyle Busch is going to be the interesting one. He's just kind of hanging around that back half of the top 10, but he could pop off late. Get the right adjustment in here at the right time, and Kyle Busch can definitely pop off. Same thing, I would say, watch out for Keselowski. He could do some magic with that car, too. So, who do you guys think's gonna impress here in the second half of the race as we get past the halfway point here? Although we're not actually past halfway yet. We're not even halfway in the second stage either. Harvick up to 11th. There's a Ford doing well. So a Ford car actually doing well. That's impressive. Here we go. Just kind of waiting to get through these commercial breaks because they have just so many of these things. And yeah, that's one thing I do try and do is limit the amount of commercials I throw. I usually throw maybe 3, 4 throughout the entire streams. I mean, I've had one commercial break in an hour and 24 minutes, hour 25. So yeah, no cautions for contact. That's actually pretty impressive through this point in the race. But yeah, Hendrick 1, 2, 3, 4 is starting to maybe be indicative. Oh, Chastain's up in the top. He's up to 5th now. Okay. That might be something to keep an eye on. So they're going to be freeing. Sounds like Bubba's complaining about being a little too tight. He's going to get freed up on the pit stop here. Wow, we got 11 people in here right now. How's it going, everybody? Hopefully everybody's doing great here on this Sunday. Of course, we got race day here on the channel. I've had a ton of fun streaming this with you guys these last several weeks. And looking forward to Phoenix next week, obviously. Then they go back east for Atlanta before heading back to COTA. And really, we have a really interesting start to the season. If we get 2 more different winners here, Atlanta, you could roll the dice on pretty much anybody. And COTA is going to be one I'm interested in to see if AJ Allmendinger can go ahead and get the win there. Allmendinger or McDowell, those are the 2 I'm looking forward to at the road courses this year. That will be a bummer, though, for Elliott to miss the first road course of the season, not to mention missing his hometown fans at Atlanta during their first trip. But they have 2 trips now to Atlanta, so he might still get to see some hometown fans. And that is going to pack the grandstands, by the way. If his first race back is the summer Atlanta race, that will be incredible. That'll be an incredible Yeah, that'll be an incredible whatchamacallit. Yeah, it'll be an incredible crowd at Atlanta if that's Chase Elliott's first race back from the injury. I think it'd be a little strange to see him out that long, although I wouldn't say it's impossible. Oh yeah, New Hampshire is going to be cool for, I don't know, again, I'm excited to see New Hampshire in person, but I'm talking about for Elliott's return to the racetrack. I think if he returns at Dega in the spring or Atlanta in the summer, I think those would be really. The crowd would be unbelievable. I don't know about up here. I'm not sure the Elliott fan. Although I did actually see an Elliott fan today in Walmart, so I saw someone with a Chase Elliott hat today in Walmart. So we do have some Elliott fans up here, but yeah. I'm not sure we have the same complete out of control Chase Elliott fans up here that we'd see down in Atlanta or Talladega or Darlington. Maybe the All-Star race could be his return to competition. That'd be interesting. Would be curious to see as well if he does it, if he returns maybe in the style that Stewart did back a while back, where he would start the race and then he would hand it off to a backup driver, try and ease back into it basically. Because easing back into it, that would definitely be a benefit there. It'd be nice to kind of ease back into it rather than going for a absolute gushing strategy there to try and get back up there. So, and we got green flag stops. We got Chastain. We got Bell, both on pit road. Oh, Bubba Wallace, Amarola. We got a lot of cars here on pit road. I'm trying to. Oh, Larson coming to pit road, and the other Hendrick car staying out. Seeing the backside of the Larson's pit sign, it looked like the Target logo, but obviously we know why those two aren't together anymore. But here we go. Byron, the leader, he's going to be coming to pit road. Reddick's already there. Hamlin's been there already. Allmendinger and Haley are up there. They haven't hit pit road quite yet. Yeah, Harvick's been steadily moving his way up before this round of pit stops. Again, Bowman here, Byron, and Blaney are going to be the big thing to watch. And there we go. Justin Haley. Oh, okay. All cars have hit pit road now. Alright, so the only two that have yet to pit are McDowell and Stenhouse, trying to hope for a yellow. Can we get a yellow, please? I just want to see those two back on the lead lap. Even though we know it won't impact it, they won't impact the race, probably. Square hamburger. That's just weird, Wendy's. Just back to commercial breaks. After that cycle of green flag stops, I will say, good on them for waiting through the green flag cycle to then go to commercial breaks, because we've now seen the wave of commercials. So here we go. Chastain, Bowman, Bell got back up into that top three, so now they're broken up a little bit. Hamlin's the worst of those front four Toyotas. McDowell's up into 13th if he can get that luck into that yellow. Kyle Busch and Harvick are 10th and 11th. Okay, let's see. We can scroll here. Stenhouse is showing still on the lead lap, but he is going to be waiting for that pit stop. Let's see. How is Ty Dillon? Or not Ty Dillon, Ty Gibbs. How has he recovered? Has he got? He's only one lap down right now, and he's actually in the free pass spot if we do get a yellow. Yeah, Logano is not having a good. Well, hey, that is one thing Ford is not doing. They are not peaking too early, unless this is their peak, quote unquote. But if it is, it'll be one of the worst Ford peaks I've seen. But yeah, Logano has not been doing well today. That is for sure. But yeah, right now while we're here, we're 35 laps to go in the stage. I'm going to go check my fantasy lineup while we're at commercial here. You guys, I would probably recommend you guys check your lineups too. If you guys play the NASCAR fantasy game on the app, if you guys don't, you guys should. It's a ton of fun. I have a fantasy league that I play on and run. I can leave the link in the chat if you guys want. But yeah, Larson is definitely earning me more points than Ty Gibbs will today, even if Gibbs does get back on the back on the lead lap. I kind of threw Gibbs in there because I thought maybe I could get a really good steal of a deal out of it. Oh, somebody pit. One of those two guys who were waiting finally pit. Oh, looks like both McDowell and Stenhouse did pit. McDowell definitely pit. Stenhouse, we're not sure. Oh, no, I know McDowell and Stenhouse are both still up there, so maybe, yeah, they didn't pit. I don't know who Ty Gibbs did pass. Oh, there we go. Stenhouse is on pit road now. So there we go. I got a couple other fantasy leagues I'm in. I got one I'm in with a few other league racing guys. I got the NBC Beat the Broadcaster one, where I'm gonna beat the broadcasters, obviously. I'm really incredible. It's really incredible to see Bell breaking into that top three there after pit stops. Yep, Patrick, you're all the way up there in 6th place. Brad Keselowski 7th. Yeah, it is nice to see Brad Keselowski fighting for those spots. Oh, so Kyle Busch's alignment is off on his car. That's why he's struggling as much as he is. So his alignment on his car is off. Here's an interesting fantasy decision in my Beat the Broadcasters lineup. Because I don't have Ty Gibbs on this roster. think I'm going to bench Logano, though, because Logano is not having his best day. Sorry, I'm trying to get these done so I can focus on the race from here. Oh, Bubba up to... Okay, so yeah, it's offset by... That is ironic, being offset by 18 degrees for Kyle Busch's steering wheel there. Yeah, Bubba Wallace up to 6th place. Brad Keselowski back in, kind of settling in 8th. I am a little worried that Chastain is still in 5th, but maybe he can pull off something. Let's see, what happened to Logano? Oh, yep, he just got a bit of the fence. Got 2 more fantasy leagues to update, and we're going to commercial break on the stream. So, yeah, for some reason my leaderboard's not updating. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know why, but it seems like I have to keep checking the leaderboard for it to actually update. I don't know why. But yeah, again, I'm looking at getting a second monitor. That way, hopefully, I can keep it updating constantly. Because with my current monitor setup, I've only got the one layout to use. But yeah, when I'm reading the chat, I can't actually see the my live feed at all, like what I've got actually going on. Which is just kind of because YouTube does not have a very good streaming platform. But yeah. I thought Blaney and Logano would do a little bit better. That's the big thing that's kind of put me in a bit of a corner with my different fantasy leagues and stuff. Because out of all the Fords, those are the ones that tend to perform the best here. Alright, here we go. One last fantasy lineup to check. Again, remember to check your rosters, guys, for everybody. So yeah, so you don't have your wheel anymore. There we go. All my fantasy lineups change. And unless we see a massive rally from Logano or Ty Gibbs, I don't think any of those will really change. Hey, Team Myth Destroyer, how's it going? Long time no see. And we're back from commercial break over on the ad, and they're showing 2 kids punching each other in the face. That looks like Logano and Kyle Busch from a while back, from 2017. But yeah, here we go. Yep, William Byron leading over Larson hasn't really changed. All right, well, nice to say hi, and yeah, I've been doing this for every race so far this year, and basically all the races I'm not at, expect to see this same style I might do some other one-offs for Xfinity and stuff, but mainly it'll be the Cup races I'll be doing this for. I was looking at doing it for the IndyCar race at Toronto, where it's going to be Peacock only, and maybe not everybody can see it, but I'm going to be at the track that day for New Hampshire, so yep. But yeah, it's nice to see some familiar faces, though. Team Myth Destroyer. Yeah. I know Patrick pretty well. The Strange Tutor as well popped in here earlier. Back on rules. We haven't actually played each other on Madden yet. Recently, so maybe Patrick and I need to do that sometime so I can kick his butt. But yeah, as of right now, though, yeah, it hasn't really happened. We haven't played each other in a while, but I am undefeated in our current franchise that we are doing. But yeah, we haven't done a full season yet, so we haven't gotten to our Super Bowl matchup, and we don't play each other in the regular season. So, yeah, it'll be a while till we get to that. But yeah, back to racing. We got Bubba Wallace up into the top. It's weird to see Chastain stuck back in 7th here. Kyle Busch still in 10th. Harvick. Oh, and they're going for another. Okay, at least it's a side-by-side commercial. Again, not that bad. I actually like the fact that we're going to side-by-side here. But yeah, nice to see you there, Bakugan Rules. So yeah, again, nice to see some familiar faces here. Here we go. Who is that? That's Keselowski making the move on. Yeah, Keselowski making the move there on Denny Hamlin for 8th place. So, oh, whoa! What just happened there? We missed that at side by side. Kyle Busch goes 3 wide on Keselowski and Hamlin. Goes from 10th to 9th, or 10th to 8th. Now it's side by side between Keselowski and they're still 3 wide actually for 8th here between Kyle Busch, Keselowski, and Denny Hamlin. Now I think it's settled out a little bit here. Kyle Busch settled back to 10th. Keselowski's back in 8th. Hamlin in 9th. But how's it going, everybody? Wow, we got 15 people in here. Nice job. Hey, I'm glad to see everybody popping in. Of course, we're getting ready for the end of Stage 2. Again, for anyone else who may have missed it, you want to check your fantasy rosters if you guys play the NASCAR fantasy game, because that's about to lock your rosters here in about 10 laps or so. Let's see what else we got. We got Suarez down there in 12th place. He's having a pretty unnotable day, but hey, honestly, when you're driving inside that top 15, it's still a pretty solid day. Reddick 14th, considering where he started, that's pretty impressive. Looks like Chris Buescher is currently in that free pass position, though. So, yeah. Here we go. So, here we go. Let's see what we got going on. Again, the curious case is what is wrong with Ford right now. Because, again, Ford won the last race we had here at Vegas in the fall of last year. And they've won a lot of races recently at Vegas. I'm just surprised to see them this off the pace. I'm not sure who is that? Is that Chastain on Bell? Let's see. Is that Bowman on Christopher Bell, I think. Or Bowman got by Bell. Not sure who the red car he was battling with, because Bowman's in the ally colors, not the red. But yeah. Here we go. Had a lot of people popping in, though. That's nice to see. A lot of people hopping in. We got decent metrics on the stream. Corey LaJoy to 20th. He's currently in the free pass position. That's pretty nice to see. Corey LaJoy having another solid day after his top 15 run at Auto Club last week, which kind of got derailed by several incidents, and he still came back. I think he finished 17th ultimately, so he didn't get the top 15 day that he probably deserved, but he also was involved in 3 cautions because he was partially responsible for Keselowski's spin. He was partially responsible for somebody else's spin later on. And then you had the massive pileup, which he got spun down in the infield and still recovered. So yeah, there were a lot of incidents last week that LaJoy was involved in. Then we got ourselves this Hendrick Motorsports duel is, I think, honestly, the Hendrick Motorsports thing is really kind of shining a concerning light on Josh Berry and his Cup potential. Because you've got all 3 of his teammates, 1, 2, 3, and then you've got him 2 laps off the pace. Again, I'm not expecting him to just blow everything away. But again, where Dale Jr. has been so high on him, I was hoping that he might at least stay lead lap for the first 2 stages as we get 3 to go here in the stage. So here we go. Man, here we go. It's going to be a battle between Bell and Truex here for 4th place and the extra playoff point. Hamlin and Keselowski are fighting it out as well. Oh yeah, Keselowski's got his brother spotting for him today. I didn't realize that. I kind of forgot that. I know I had seen it, but yeah. So Brian Keselowski is... Oh, and Kyle Busch lost 2 spots. He lost a spot to Harvick, and he lost a spot to Suarez, and now Reddick. Is Kyle looking at and I say you can't pit this late in the stage to try and game something, so I don't know what he's thinking here. So, here we go. 2 weeks in a row, we have two sweeps of the stages. Last week it was Chastain. This week it was William Byron that swept the stages. We've yet to see a race win though come from a sweep this year. Now, granted, this has been the race where we've seen the most sweeps happen of the thing, because Truex did it in 2017. Then Harvick did it here in 2018. Truex also did it at Kentucky, I think, in both 2017 and maybe 2018. I think he might have swept both. But yeah. Yep, Truex and Bell were battling it back and forth there. But here we go. Wow. But, yeah, so we think Byron's going to be able to hold on to the race win here. My pre-race pick is not looking too hot. It's Ross Chastain with my pre-race pick. Certainly, this is kind of the breakout race that a lot of people have been waiting for Byron. Because this is really the first race in his career where he really has looked like the dominant driver of the day. Now, he is not I'm not saying that he is a bad driver by any stretch, or that he has not shown much of anything, but with the way that he was built up, kind of with the same motto of the curse of the next Jeff Gordon, we had not seen that level of caliber from him yet, and this is kind of the first race where he really has looked that way. And if he can finish it off, that is an incredible stat to add on to his resume that he sweeps a race, and then again, if he can finish off the sweep there. Corey got 14th last week. Okay, I thought he ended up 17th and missed the top 15. But okay. Good for Corey then, I guess, getting the top 15. I thought he missed out on the top 15 by a little bit. But, yeah. So, definitely an exciting race so far, though. I've enjoyed it. You have to wait and see what happens with the pit stops when we get back around to those. I'm hoping that they'll come off commercial for like 2 minutes to show the pit stop happening. Yeah, Spire is slowly getting better. I hope to see that improvement. Like, the big thing next year is going to be, like, throughout the remainder of this year and going forward into 2024, is I want to start seeing the results improve for both cars. And that way it's not just, oh, is Corey LaJoie propping this car up to make it look better than it is? Because right now I think it's very possible that Corey LaJoie is propping up a lesser car. I'd like to see that 77 also see some of the improvement, but again, it certainly is not the worst in the world, and progress is definitely happening. Now, another race win from Spire would be nice too, as a way to kind of show progress or some top tens. But my biggest thing is I'd like to see the results come from both cars. Yeah, again, I have no doubts that Corey is a capable driver, but again, I'd like to see some of the improvement that we've seen not just go towards Corey's car. I'd like to see the 77 also develop that, if we're going to say that, if the storyline is going to be about Spire improving versus just Corey himself improving. It's kind of like when a head coach and a quarterback are both highly touted. Like, for example, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. You're going to see, or Brady and Belichick. It's so hard to gauge because all of their success comes together. Like right now, the team is looking less capable just because they can't elevate because they aren't elevating both cars yet. Oh yeah, Corey LaJoie is putting that team on his back. Yeah, to an extent, I agree. But again, I think I would like to see some more strength from him. So there we go. William Byron with the most points on the day. Larson second most amount of stage points. So yeah, some good points there from some drivers. Yeah, I know. Brady won a Super Bowl away from Belichick, and that's what kind of started to separate him as the greatest without needing Belichick. And again, that's where I'm kind of pointing to the more recent example of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, where those two have really had almost all of their NFL success has been together. And again, it's not necessarily a negative that you can, because if it's working, why split up just to make a point that, oh, look, I can't do this without this guy. And here we go, going down pit road. Let's see what it's going to be. So, Christopher Bell, Larson, Bowman, and Byron. That's who we're showing. So the top three plus Bell. Yeah, I was going to say, it's not green flag. We're still in the pit road here for Yeah, so we got 102 laps left to go here in this one. Byron, Larson, Bowman, Truex holding serve on pit road. Chastain, Bell loses a spot here on pit road. Suarez gains gains 4 spots on pit road. Nice to see Suarez getting up there into that top 10. Yeah, no, it's not you going down pit road. But yeah, nice to see Suarez going up there and gaining some spots. Logano and Almirola getting up there into that top 10 as well, according to the app right now. But yeah, a lot of shuffling up in the field, it looks like. We'll have to wait and see, obviously, until everybody kind of comes around. But yeah, I'm excited to see the last 110 laps, or the 102 laps of this race. So here we go. Oh yeah, I'd love to see that. Love to see the 38 street stock win at Stafford. And say, definitely wishing you all the luck in your real life races. So here we go. You know, these commercial breaks, especially when we know there's nothing that's going to happen here under under these commercials, or when we're under yellow already. Like, I like it because it's great that we're not going to miss anything. But yeah, it does feel a little bit slow. So yeah, there we go. It's been pretty active though in the chat. I know Patrick's been propping most of that up. But yeah, for right now though, who do you guys think Byron's gonna be able to finish this race off? Do we think or do we think someone's gonna be able to go up there and snatch it? Uh-oh. Byron looks like he's coming back to pit road. Is he having an issue? No, I guess not. Looked like he was along the track, like he would be coming back to pit road, but yeah. Oh, okay, yep, there we go. Kyle Busch got contact with the wall. I missed that early in the race, so. So yeah, Reddick has been definitely on the move today. We're going to have to wait and see, obviously, if that ends up being the case for the remainder of this race. But yeah. And say, Stage 2 had a lot more trouble between, like, say, the Suarez-Buscher incident. Then you had the Corey LaJoie, who's in that purple car. I gotta remember he's in the purple. Shoving Barry into the fence. Obviously, Barry substituting for not for Kyle Busch, but for Chase Elliott in that number 9 car. William Byron gets stage number 2. And let's see, what's the ultimate running order? Okay, so Suarez 7th, Kevin Harvick is 8th. Almirola and Logano are up to 11th and 12th, though, so we're starting to see some Fords showing their mark. So Kyle Busch is 15th on this restart. Any other specific drivers? McDowell takes a wave around. Any other drivers you guys want updates on where they're running? if they aren't in the top 10. You talking about me or Patrick? Because I'm not on anything. I'm a little bit tired, but yeah, just kind of waiting for this yellow to get lifted. But yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. They're showing the replay of what happened to Kyle Busch and where he got blocked in. And yeah, that's not a great camera angle, but hey, they found a camera angle that caught something. That's impressive. But yeah, here we go. Getting doubled up for the restart. And here we go. They got the big restart zone back. Choose cone already happened, but they didn't show it, which is a little disappointing that they didn't show the choose cone because it's a new feature for these last couple of years and not even showing that element of the strategy. Here we go. Green's out. And we're back to racing here. Let's see. Larson and Truex on the top side versus Byron and Bowman on the bottom. Curious to see how these Hendrick cars end up grouping up to maybe try and make this work together. Okay, here we go. Byron able to pull out to the lead. Maybe a gap forming. Bowman maybe letting his teammate down in line here. Yep, there we go. The 3 Hendrick cars have now gotten single file. Say, Bell versus... Not sure. Oh, that's Bubba. Okay, Bell and Bubba there fighting it out for 5th, it looks like. Yeah, so Bell and Bubba fighting it out for 5th place there, 5th and 6th. Still fighting it out here. I don't know. I think Bell has the edge here, but no, actually, here we go. Bubba powers around the outside. I thought Bell had the... No, wait, there we go. Bell's inching back by. It is a very tight fight here between Bell and, yep, there we go. Bell slips back. On the corner exit, Bubba has the advantage. On corner entry, Bell gets up in front of him and potentially could go for the slide job here to try and close off the spot. Hey, Chuck, how's it going? Nice to see you popping by. But yeah, right now we just had the restart. Bubba and Bell still dueling it out. It's fun to see a side-by-side battle last this long. Then you got side-by-side behind them from the 2 Trackhouse cars. They're also side-by-side for their spot. There we go. Chastain gives up the 7th spot there to Suarez. Let Suarez up in line. Guessing that was just to try and stop them from hurting each other's speed on the track. Oh, hey, James, how's it going? I'm doing fantastic. How about you? And thank you for the sub. Yeah, I've been doing these live race broadcasts for the entire season so far, and it's been a ton of fun to really kind of just live react with you guys to Stenhouse winning the 500. My guy Kyle Busch getting the win out. Well, I'm a big Stenhouse fan too, but yeah, Kyle Busch going and getting the win in the California Sun with his new team. So there we go. Suarez now up in that fight for 5th as well. He pushes Bubba to he gets Bubba clear there, and now he tries to pass Bell as well in that 3-car battle. Oh, whoa! Reddick just nearly ate it there. He was loose on the outside there of Eric Jones, I think that was. Okay, you've been watching it since the start. Okay, well, hey, thanks for sticking around this whole time. But yeah, definitely I love being able to interact with everybody. But yeah, here we go. Suarez now looking to make the move on Bubba. Man, they're turning up the intensity here as we get to the end of this race. So Suarez versus Bubba, and they're showing the camera as well. I like that they're doing the split view, keeping an eye on both fights right now, because you got Reddick versus yeah, Reddick, that's 43, so that's Eric Jones. So those two fighting it out for a spot, while Suarez looks to be getting the upper hand of Wallace for the fifth spot there. But yeah, this is definitely a and there's a lot of championships in one photo there. You got 2 championships for Logano, 2 for Kyle Busch, and 1 for Keselowski, as they are 3 wide. If you look just a little further back, I think that's Harvick right behind. Oh wait, no, Harvick's not that red car behind him. That's Stenhouse. Weird to see Stenhouse in such a bright red car there. Oh, spin! That's a crash, and there goes Logano. He is around. No! I looked away for 1 second, and there he goes. What? I want to see the replay of what happened here, because I looked away for 2 seconds to update the leaderboard, and I see the yellow come out of the corner of my screen and the corner of my eye, and yeah. Those 3, they were 3 wide, and the spin ultimately ended up coming out of it, and this is the first caution for cause here all day. So, yeah, man, that is not good for Logano. He'd been hoping to have him maybe being able to bounce back. Okay, Cindric getting the free pass here from this caution. That's nice to see. All right, here we go. We got the replay queued up. Oh, and Cindric's right behind him, too. So let's see. What ends up happening here? Is it contact or is it just running 3 wide? Oh, yep. Keselowski just kind of came up and started to close the door on him, and then kind of the way the corner wraps, there was no way they were both getting through there without hitting the fence, and ultimately ended up spinning it. Yep. Good job, Joey. That's why you don't text and drive. Yeah. Yep. You don't want to be texting and driving out here. But, yeah, man. Let's say this yellow, though, it'll bunch this field back up, potentially open up pit stops. They're not really in a pit window yet, though. That's the big thing we're looking for, is when we hit about 60 laps to go, that's the pit window opening on fuel. I think 50 to go is when you're safe to make it on fuel easily, including potentially a couple overtimes. Yeah, Kyle Busch had nothing to do with it. I like that. And say, Brad would have done that to you if you, regardless of whether you were a teammate or not, fake Joey. Because we know that's definitely not the real Joey, because he's still in the car. And definitely shouldn't have a phone inside the car. If we didn't learn anything from, what's his name? Was it Taylor Gray was the one that was Snapchatting and driving at Daytona like a year or 2 ago? So, yeah. So, here we go. Let's see what we got going on. Yeah, if you see... I like that. From, not sure who that was. Was that... I think that was Larry that mentioned 2 tires. It definitely seems like a Larry type of thing to mention. And yeah, this is your time. If you want to test 2 tires to potentially do it for the end of the race, you try it here. And, because again, if you can nurse it to the pit window, that'd be great. And yep, lots of cars pitting. You have got to see somebody try 2 tires. Not a Hendrick car. I don't think you see... Maybe some of the maybe Bowman will go off strategy, but I think for the most part the Hendrick guys are going to stick with what's working. Yep, there we go. Bowman's putting 4 tires on. Larson's got 4 tires on there. But I think you're going to see somebody try 2 tires here to try and see what happens. Because, yeah, I think somebody tries it. Oh, look, Hamlin. Yep, there we go. Denny Hamlin, the only one to try it, though. He is going to get eaten alive on the restart. And, did Eric Jones, is it a loose wheel or did he, yeah, he didn't stall. Okay, good. But yeah, he's backing up on pit road to not lose that wheel. So, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, Denny Hamlin is now your race leader after taking 2 tires here on this pit stop. I like the call, but he needs somebody else to do it with you. Like if say the 4 Toyotas that have been at the front tried it together, I'd feel a lot better about the strategy call for going with 4 tires here. But yeah, where it's just one car, he is gonna get eaten alive. I think whatever lane he chooses, I think you're gonna see all 300 cars go opposite him. So if he goes bottom, I think you see all 300 cars go top and just try and run around the top side past him. But again, we'll have to wait and see on this one. But yeah, that would be my call. Is that I think you'll see. I don't think this is going to work out for Hamlin at this point. I liked the idea of the call, but you needed somebody else to do it with you. You couldn't be the only one to try it. Though maybe, hey, we'll see. Maybe it'll be like Martinsville last year, and we will see. And we'll see tires not really matter, and Hamlin can just control the race from here. But yeah. Yep, glad I removed Logano from my fantasy lineup. But yeah, so there's the updated leaderboard. Hamlin over Bowman, Larson, Byron. Okay, interesting to see Byron not the leader of that group now. Suarez 5th, 6th, Truex 7th, Bubba 8th was Chastain, 9th, Kevin Harvick 10th, Christopher Bell, Kyle Busch back in 12th, Ryan Blaney back up to 11th, Amarola 13th. So some interesting drivers to keep an eye on. McDowell back on lead lap after taking the wave around that last yellow at the stage break. That was really lucky that he got that break. But yeah. But yeah, let's see. LaJoy up to 14th. Nice to see him doing well again. Both the colleague cars are still in the top 20 and on the lead lap. Ty Gibbs is back on the lead lap. Clint Boyer getting to pick first again, and yeah, Byron taking Byron as the number 1 pick. I don't disagree there. I think in terms of ones to watch, certainly. Suarez is the recent arrival into the top 5. I think he is definitely a worthy pick there from McReynolds. We'll take the last pick in this little draft here. So we got Larson's going off the board here from Danica Patrick. We'll see who we get to choose from here. And they're not going to leave the Hendrick car open for me. Dang. Let's see. So we got Mike Joy takes Kevin Harvick. Okay, got some good options. All the Toyotas at the front of the field I got an option of. Could go with Bubba, Truex, maybe Chastain. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm sticking with my number 1 pick, Chastain. He was my gut feeling from the start of this race. And Joey Logano is in the garage, so he is done. All right, Patrick's taking Harvick, so you're pairing up with who was it? Was that Mike Joy's pick? I think. Yeah, I think Mike Joy took Harvick, but you can share that pick with him. I'm taking Chastain because he wasn't one of them ones picked there, and he's been he was my pre-race pick as well as thinking Harvick, or not Harvick, thinking Chastain to do well here. But here we go. Denny Hamlin goes inside on the choose again. I think all 300 cars probably should take the outside here. Just overwhelm him. Hope that he spins the tires. I think it's a really solid pick, but we'll have to wait and see here. Yeah, I like the fact that he tried something, and if it works, it will help, but I just don't see it working out well where he's going to be stuck. And no, Larson chose the inside lane. Why, Larson? This does not make much sense to me. Why not take the outside second row there for Larson? I don't know. I would have gone. I would have gone three. I would have tried to get a 3 in a row on the top line. Push all 3 of you past there. Maybe I'm just not a good strategist, but I'm thinking that you should have tried to use your advantage in numbers to just train around the outside and bank on the 2 tires spinning the tires, or at the very least just not being as good. Although, there we go. Byron spins the tires and does not get a good push. This helps Hamlin's chances here a lot, actually. And Truex makes it 3 wide on the bottom and shovels Larson back a bit. There we go. Chastain on the bottom of 3 wide with Larson and Byron there. Byron now back quite a bit. Did not see Truex coming, but I did mention that we did have some Toyotas open, and ultimately no one seemed to draft any Toyota drivers. So let's see. I don't know. Does anybody really know what Danica Patrick's talking about at any point ever? But yeah. Well, I guess most of the time it's usually a solid bet that she's talking about herself, but yeah. Oh, you might have been talking about this because I'm a bit behind on the time, but talking about there not being a ton of fall off because yeah, the lap times definitely fell off during the end of that run. Maybe not as much as you would have expected, but yeah, the times definitely fell off towards the end of this run. But yeah, right now Chastain up to 6th place. I have just that gut feeling that Chastain, if he can get in the mix with those Hendrick cars, like he was almost about to there. But there we go. Larson's now fighting with his teammate Bowman for 2nd there. Chastain is up to 5th as well, so here we go. Let's see. Harvick is up to 4th. Or not up to 4th, up to 7th in the 4 car. Reddick up in the top 10. There's a lot of good cars here, and Kyle Busch is stuck so far back now. But yeah, that pit window is going to open in about 10, maybe 15 laps for the bare minimum. I think you can maybe stretch it. Oh, here we go. Larson trying to go for the race lead here on Hamlin. He is going all over the track, and he nearly lost that car. Yeah, Harvick's up to P6. Yeah, no one knows what Danica's saying. Yeah. But, yeah, Larson has the speed. He just needs to not catch Hamlin at the worst possible spots on the track. There we go. He's going down to the bottom of the racetrack, and he's just trying... He is trying some stuff, but I just don't see how it's going to work. Here we go. There's the spot that Larson needed to get to there. Around the outside. And if he can just carry this momentum through 3 and 4, he should have this position clear coming off of turn 4 and be able to cut it. Yeah. Let's go, Watermelon Man. Yep, there we go. Chastain was my pre-race pick for the win, but yeah, when it comes to the rotation of broadcasters, I'm not a fan of Danica as being one of them. I think Jamie McMurray's would be a very good pick, although I feel like they should pick somebody that for the full season. Because Stewart, he just doesn't want to be there. Yeah, look out, here comes Young Money. Yep, there's Larson. There we go. Chastain, Byron, Bowman, 3 wide there for third. Oh! Reddick tags the fence! Reddick just tagged the fence and he is dropping back like a rock here. I say that's gonna kill his momentum, but yeah, here we go. Bowman and Byron fighting it out for third with Truex getting into the mix here with this fight. Here we go. Ooh, wow, that got Byron pretty loose. Man, these names are too similar. Bowman, Byron. And there we go. Truex just put a massive block on Chastain. Chastain goes 3 wide to the inside. Here we go. He's on the inside of Bowman there. Doesn't get much out of it. And here comes Kevin Harvick looking to try and pounce on him. And Harvick making his move here. Trying to become the best running Ford from today. Because really, this is the best Ford has looked pretty much all day here. So there we go. But man, Chastain has just kind of taking advantage of it in the worst possible moments for him. He's making some good aggressive moves. He just hasn't been able to close the deals on many of them. But here we go. Chastain back up to 6th. But yeah, Byron is settled out in 3rd, by the way, with that battle of the teammates. Yeah, Bubba is looking dangerous, and that's the thing. You gotta know that at any point we could have a caution, or Larson could lose control of that car and potentially take out 2-3 cars if they line up at the exact wrong time. Okay, here we go. Last full screen commercial for the day under green flag conditions. So here we go. We got one last commercial break that's going to be full screen. The rest are going to either be side by sides or under caution. So here we go. Here we go. So yeah, IndyCar earlier today was absolutely insane to watch, and Reddick's up to 9th. What? I didn't realize Reddick stabilized in 9th. I thought he was going to fall much further than that. Kyle Busch is in 13th, Allmendinger 14th. It's a pretty solid day for them. But yeah, it definitely looks like it's going to be probably a Hendrick win, though, today. Just the question is, which Hendrick car do you go with? We've had 6 different lead changes with 6 different leaders. That's funny that we haven't had a repeat leader. But yeah, right now, I mean, a lot of these drivers are not looking like they're working together, because even those Hendrick cars were kind of dipping out on each other. Yeah, seeing the difference in the lines. Yeah, the cars have definitely been unstable today, which is really nice to see. Just trying to stretch the legs. Oh, you're talking about the IndyCar race, but yeah, yeah. Do you want me to tell you some of the highlights that are going to be there? Because yeah, it was wild. And I talked about them earlier, but I don't want to spoil them for you, Hector. If you haven't seen them and want to be surprised by what you see in the IndyCar highlights from today. And here we go. Let's see. We are under the commercial break. Let's see. Any major changes? Oh, Chastain up into 6th. Bubba falling back. We need. So on the very first lap of the race, you had an 8-car pileup, including Devlin DeFrancesco, whose car went up in the air and then spun like this, completely around the other way. In the air, Connor Daly barely escaping from that one with a race car. Not sure how he pulled that one off. But that took out both the Meyer Shank cars. Devlin DeFrancesco, Stingray Robb got collected in that one too. Stingray Robb did continue on in the race, and everybody was okay. There was another airborne crash later in the race in the same kind of style as that first one. And yeah. After that, though, yeah, those are kind of your big moments. Pato O'Ward had a mechanical issue. It seemed like late in the race as well, which really kind of stunted his ability to try and win the race. And yeah, now they're talking to Logano as we're back from commercial break. But yeah, so those were a few of the moments. The big thing, though, is that all the drivers from those IndyCar wrecks, from what I've heard, are okay. I think Jack Harvey was going for further evaluation at a hospital, which is never great. But again, I think it's more just trying to play it safe. He's been alert. I think he even climbed out of his own car under his own power. So I don't think there's any major concerns for Harvey. But again, just kind of making better safe than sorry. Yep. But here we go. Back to NASCAR. We got Christopher Bell coming up behind Corey LaJoie in 20th and 19th there for those two. But, Chastain up to 6th. He's going to be trying to get to Truex. Then he's going to have to work on those Hendrick cars if he wants to try and win this thing. Looks like Reddick is continuing to slip a little further. They're fighting 12th and 11th with Kyle Busch here. So here we go. Bubba's drifting back a bit. Blaney coming back into that top 10. That's impressive to see. Oh, what is wrong with Reddick's car? He is slipping all over the place. He looks like he's trying to roller skate around here. But, yeah. There we go. Allmendinger is in 13th. Keselowski's fallen all the way back to 15th. Here we go. Suarez versus Bubba here for 9th and 10th here on the racetrack. Honestly, I think Bubba's still thinking about trying to pass Blaney, though, as opposed to being worried about Suarez getting him. So, slip and slide for just showing another slip and slide for Reddick. Honestly, his car has been a living highlight reel today, where it's just been slick, tagging the fence, coming right back at it. So, yep. Alright, so they're going to a commercial now and expecting green flag pit stops to start after the break. I don't know, I think you're entering that window where you might see some some early stoppers come soon. I think, again, Hamlin, I think, would be a good one to potentially try and lead the charge of the front runners. Again, looking further back, I think it just comes down to who thinks they can maybe drag the most amount of people and try and get that undercut to work, which is something they actually explained very well on the F1 broadcast earlier today. I was watching it during my lunch break. But, yeah, the they explained the undercut where you try and pit earlier to get the fresh tires sooner, then and try and start taking advantage of the fresh tires sooner to gain time. Again, I don't see someone in the top 5 trying to undercut here. I think when it comes to NASCAR, your undercut you're looking for is around 7th to about 13th is where you would expect your undercut to come from that might drag the front runners to pit road to try and cover against it. And in some cases, if you miss the start of the green flag cycle, you just have to try and go. You have to try and just kind of run the fuel out and kind of go the exact opposite strategy of the undercut and go for the overcut, where you stay out as long as possible, hoping for the fresh tires at the very end of the race to work better. But yeah, so that's pretty much how over/undercut works. Is basically just about whether you're pitting first or not. But we got a side-by-side battle between Amarola and Keselowski for 14th. Oof, that is not a great spot for those two to be in. But yeah, we're getting close to the end of the race here, though, with 40 laps to go. Thank you guys for everybody that's been tuning in, and we are back from commercial break, and yeah. It's going to be an exciting finish here to this race. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Man. Oh, and here goes What did I say? Hamlin would be a great candidate to start the pit cycle for the green flag stops of the leaders. Hamlin comes to pit road. There we go. Wow, that was a great call. But yeah, again, where he took 2 tires, I feel like his tires were going to be the worst of everybody on track. And he drags Kyle Larson to pit road to try and cover. But Byron now takes the race lead. Yeah, a few others of like the Toyotas in the mid top 10 pack pit. I'm trying to see who else pit. I think Kyle Busch is down there. Truex is down there. Not sure who else right now. Harvick is down there. Waiting to see the other Hendrick guys. Here comes Byron to pit road. Bowman, I think, is staying out. Yep, there we go. Bowman stays out for 1 extra lap. Blaney, Bubba stayed out so far. Chastain comes to pit road. Suarez and Allmendinger also stayed out thus far. Justin Haley appears to have stayed out as well. Gonna have to wait and see, though, where everything kind of starts to cycle out here as we get through this. And yeah, sorry about not checking the leaderboard and getting it updated for you guys sooner. But yep, here we go. And there comes Bubba and Suarez to pit road together. They were running 3rd and 4th at the time of the pit stops, but they were further back, obviously, when they before the cycle started. I'm gonna say this has shuffled everybody around right now, waiting to see. Because the big question is who ends up coming out ahead here. Because this really is, realistically, their last green flag stops. They aren't making another stop unless there's a yellow. But we'll have to wait and see, obviously. Trying to keep the... You're going to keep it updated, so hopefully it'll keep updating for you guys. But, yeah, I'll catch up on chat in a minute. Priest, Keselowski appear to have stayed out so far. Bowman was just on pit road, so... Just Brad Keselowski. That's the only driver who's yet to pit. Okay. So there we go. Larson takes over that race lead again. Hamlin comes out 2nd. 3rd, Byron. 4th, Bowman. Now, Keselowski could catch a caution. That's basically the only thing you really could do here at this point. I was hoping that you catch a yellow for Keselowski. But, yep. Chastain 7th. So that's realistically that 6th. Truex has done really well to get himself up into that top 5. He'll cycle out to 4th when this is all done, if there isn't a caution flag. Yeah, that is the last round of green flag stops right there. JJ Lee doing a pass through for 2 fast entering. Here comes Keselowski to pit road. So that should cycle everything back around to the way it should be for the end of this race. And Larson's going through some lap cars here. Without a caution, I think, again, now, granted, I said this yesterday about Chandler Smith, and it didn't end up coming true, but it looks like Larson can kind of just set sail here for the end of the to try and get this race lead away. Oh, I want time behind on here. Oh, wait, I do have time behind. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. Obviously, wait for everything to cycle around, but yeah, it's gonna be an interesting run here to the checkers. There we go. Larson's taking the race lead over. And he's got a little under a 2-second lead, which is not what Chandler Smith had, so we know you can falter here. Oh, Gregson sped on pit road again? I know he had 2 speeding penalties earlier, including a penalty on his penalty stop. But yeah, I didn't realize he had another speeding penalty. Probably on this round of stops, I'm guessing. But yeah, that's a very bad day for him, I'm guessing, then, if that's how it happened. Where's McDowell cycled out to? McDowell, oh, he ended up 2 laps down. I'm guessing he had to have sped on pit road again, then. Or some other pit penalty. Alright, so they're going to another, should be a side-by-side commercial here, since we're not under caution. Yep, there we go, side-by-side commercial. Curious to see that it's kind of it's Chevy, Toyota through the first 5, but then Chastain and Bowman going back-to-back messes up the pattern there. Then you got Harvick in 7th, he's your highest running Ford. Kyle Busch back up into the top 10 there. That's an interesting one to see. But yeah, here we go. Let's see what we got going on actively on the track. Byron and Hamlin. I remember this duo from Texas last year where they got into it. And surprisingly, there was no penalty for it. But here we go. Let's see what we got here. There's some pretty interesting fights here, but they're showing Larson in lap traffic, which that will help. Oh, Byron got by Hamlin there. So, William Byron got past Denny Hamlin. Now it's Chevy, Toyota, Chevy. But, yep, here we go. Let's see what we got going on. But, yeah, definitely an interesting race so far. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it, and hopefully you guys will tune in, obviously, for the rest of these, because I've been having a ton of fun with these. Oh, did I forget to... I probably forgot to switch over my thumbnail. Yep, my thumbnail is still Auto Club. Whoops. There we go. I just went and updated it, but there we go. So 33 laps left here in this one. It's going to be curious to see what ends up happening here over these last 30 or so laps. All right, here we go. They're back from commercial break. Should have probably one more commercial break if we go green to the checkers here at Vegas. Coca-Cola Racing Family update. Logano out. Suarez back to 11th. Denny Hamlin up in 3rd. Okay. And here we go. Truex passing. Truex is passing Hamlin here. Or at least they're going to start fighting, which is not good because it will drag both of them backwards here. I say it's a much improved off of what we've seen from the Toyotas so far this season, where they've been way off the pace and have had issues. But yeah, now that they're up there. I say Ty Gibbs was the only impressive Toyota at all throughout this weekend of practice and qualifying. And now, of course, they've shown up here in the race. Kyle Busch all the way back to 10th place now. That's not good. So here we go. And where do they have the dashboard unobscured? Curious as to why it must be a Super Speedway only setting that they don't want the other teams being able to see on the broadcast. But yeah, it's really weird. So here we go. It's definitely an interesting race, though. I've enjoyed it. Let's say Chastain in 6th place right now is definitely just kind of been lockstep, and Larson now has a 4-second advantage. Yeah, let's say this probably his race to lose, but again, we've seen it happen last night with Chandler Smith dropping back. So here we go. There we go. Bowman got around MTJ here. Harvick up to 7th, though, and 2 Fords in the top 10. All right. There we go. But yeah, right now I don't. Without a yellow, I don't see this race getting broken up. And yeah, Kyle Larson is dragging that lead even further apart right now. So, yeah, here we go. So here we go. 3 wide here. Josh Berry, the lap car with Bowman and Truex there. And Bowman clears himself in front of Truex. Alright, so yeah, right now, this has been a really interesting race, honestly, start to finish so far. Had quite a bit of changing back and forth of the leads. Here we go. They're cranking it up, and we are going to be here to the finish. Hopefully, it'll be a good race. I'd like to see a yellow here to bunch the field back up. I think Larson is definitely, though, the deserving winner, unless, again, he messes it up. It's his race to lose without a yellow. With a yellow, who knows who could win? I mean, Allmendinger could win this race if we get a yellow. It'd be extremely unlikely because he's back in 14th place, but he could do it. But, yeah. Definitely looking like an interesting field. And this is really one of the first races of the year that really feels like it's been a very dominant performance. Even last week with Chastain leading over half the laps, winning 2 stages. It didn't, I don't know what it was about last week, but it just didn't feel as overwhelming and oppressively dominant as today has felt for the Hendrick Chevys. Maybe it's the fact that there's 3 of them that have all been hanging out at the front, or what. But like Byron dominated the front half of this race. So here we go. Let's see, what else we got? I mean, that's the big thing right now. There's just gaps between every car pretty much, so there's nothing really to fight with here. So yeah, 4.5 seconds between Larson and Byron. And yeah, that gap keeps growing. It's going to be hard to catch him. Here we go. Phoenix, he hasn't really done well though with reconfigured Phoenix. The recent Phoenix races. And there you have a new Phoenix package too, where they have some more practice available too. Let me know if you guys would like me to stream practice next week, where we do have extended practice, and I should be home hopefully during that. But yeah, let me know if you guys would like to see me attempt to try and do practice where it's a new aero package and new aero configurations. But outside of that, we pretty much have a just dominated race here. 4 3/4 seconds for Larson. And they're doing a piece right now on Larson, so I can't see if there's any cars that are side by side with each other or close. But yeah. Also, if you guys have any other kind of Xfinity or truck races or other series races you'd like me to maybe try and cover in this same style, I could try and include them. Again, it'll be a little tricky for some, but yeah. So let's see. Oh, Byron did close in a little bit of time here on Larson, but yeah, the races I've got marked on my calendar right now for kind of covering for outside of all the cup events, or as many as I'm not in the grandstands for, is gonna be what's it called? Bristol Dirt for trucks, and maybe some of the standalone Xfinity races where they're not at the same track as Cup. Portland International Raceway is one that comes to mind. It was an interesting race last year, and supposedly, according to some of the people I know up in that area, it's a rainy finish, or it's a rainy season there, so potentially a rain race would be interesting to cover. But again, let me know if any of these races or any others stand out to you guys. Maybe I'd like to maybe include some Knoxville National coverage if I can find some, and if it's not stupid late at night. Because I know a lot of dirt racing normally happens after I'm supposed to be after I gotta go to bed because I got work early in the mornings. Same thing with F1. F1 usually happens when I'm at work, so I won't be able to do much F1 stuff, or it'll overlap with Cup. Maybe one of the Iowa doubleheader, whichever one doesn't overlap with the NASCAR race for IndyCar, because honestly, IndyCar on a short oval is really fun. That's another event that I've been considering doing. Now, if neither overlap with the Cup race, I could do both, but yeah. But here we go. The 1.5 miler package, though, it's actually been really interesting. It's just that this race has been dominated by a couple of cars doing really well. So, yeah, the people that are saying that 1.5 milers are terrible, I don't know. Last 6 spring races, the final caution has come in the final 5 laps twice. Oh boy. As we got 10 laps to go here. And I forgot to update that, but that really hasn't changed much. The Byron has closed it in a bunch, but right now I think Larson is just kind of coasting here to the finish. There really isn't much change happening right now. I mean, nice to see Blaney and Harvick both up in the top 10. Nice to see two Fords both getting in the top 10 there. Kyle Busch just outside that top 10 right now. Centric, yeah, he's looking pretty fast. He's up to 14th already. Wow, that's not bad. Yeah, that is the one thing is that like the later these races do start to drag, I can actually kind of talk more about just kind of general racing and stuff. But yeah. Trying to think of what else for races that are going to be interesting throughout the remainder of this year. Snowball Derby potentially in the winter time next year. But yeah. Yeah, you don't want to caution. Most of these guys probably are wanting a caution. They just don't want it to be them. But yeah, right now I think everybody but Larson pretty much is hoping for a yellow late. But yeah. Yeah, Justin Haley up to 16th. That's nice. That's pretty good for that team. But yeah, kind of feels a lot like last week after Kyle Busch got the lead on that cycle of stops, and it was just kind of counting down to Kyle's first win of the season. And now we're counting down to Kyle's first win of the season. Yeah, no yellows. Larson definitely takes this at this point. But again, it's very possible that we see yellow come out. We'll have to wait and see, obviously, but here we go. But yeah. Let me know though what you guys think for some of those other races to maybe look at covering. Like again, IndyCar typically ends up overlapping NASCAR or is too close in time to NASCAR to where I won't get except for when NASCAR is obviously on a Saturday night and IndyCar is on a Sunday. But yeah. Indy 500, that might be the one that I would do, except for the fact that I'm not going to be home when Indy 500 starts, I don't think. Oh! Actually, And yep, there it is. Yellow. The yellow flag is out. Amarola. Amarola just saved this race. This is going to change everything. All right. Hamlin on back needs to pit. Hamlin on back pits. What the front two do, I don't know. But this is an interesting one. I feel like some guys definitely should be trying to go for this. Alright, they're saying 2 tires. I don't know. Yep, that is. So the yellow is definitely big here. This is gonna be tight. This is gonna. Yep, here we go. This is gonna be insane. Let's see. Oh, Larson's getting the tires ready, so we think Larson's coming to pit road. So, if Larson's pitting, I think if you're not Hendrick, I think you try and bury Larson in the traffic. Because again, nobody has been able to touch the Hendrick cars today, but there hasn't been a ton of passing either. So maybe you can go out there and try and bury them in traffic to try and get a win for another team or another manufacturer, maybe Toyota. I think maybe Hamlin, Truex, Bubba try and stay out. I don't know if I'd be doing 2. I think I might try 2 tires. I don't think I'd be bold enough to try and stay out completely here. But again, it's possible that you could have a win on that kind of strategy. It's just curious to see. So, again, I think 2 tires is probably the safest bet. The question is that what Larson is going to do? Because if you're going to do, you got to do less than what Larson does. Honestly, here we go. Here's an idea. You come down pit road, you follow him down pit road. If he ends up getting, if they only do 2 tires, you just do the fuel. You wait to fuel the car until you know for sure whether they're doing the 4 tires. It's hard to do because, again, where you're going to be so close between Larson and the rest of the field at that point. But yeah, I think 2 tires is the safe play. Staying out would be the really gutsy play. But if you've got teammates who can do it with you, like say all 6 Toyotas do it with Reddick, because that's the thing. We don't have any cars out. We have 1 car out the race, officially. Truex stays out. If he's doing this alone, that's going to be really tough on Truex. So, here we go. Coming down pit road for... Let's see. It's going to be 2 tires for Larson. 2 tires for Larson. I think, needed to do 0, I think. 2 tires for Hamlin. 2 tires for Bowman. 2 for William Byron. Byron is going to beat Larson to the end of pit road. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. So, who else stayed out? Because they were showing those guys as 3rd and 4th. We know Truex stayed out. Who's the other one? Who else? I'm trying to figure out who's this other driver. LaJoy? Did LaJoy stay out? Corey? Did Corey LaJoy stay out here? Chastain through the hell melon. He would get penalized if he tries that this year. But yeah, who was the other one that stayed out? Is it LaJoy? Is LaJoy 2nd for this restart? That would be insane. It doesn't look that slow. I mean, here we go. Let's see what we're going to see here. So who are the front two? Waiting to see. There we go. Truex. Looks like it's just Truex. Is he the only one? Alright, here we go. It's going to be tough. You're really hoping that it's only one overtime here if you're going with this strategy for Truex. I like the strategy. I will say, I like the call from Truex's team to stay out. I just wish that they'd gotten a couple of other Toyotas to try it with them. So here we go. We're getting ready for the restart. This is overtime. And let's see. When there's a longer restart zone. But yeah. So here we go. Choose cone. I think Truex has got to go inside. Truex inside, Byron outside, and pretty much every other one. So Larson inside, Hamlin outside, Bowman inside, Chastain outside, Wallace, Suarez, Bell, Reddick, Cindric, Harvick, Blaney, Kyle Busch. Then the calling cars are sharing a row back in the pack here. So, not sure why the thing is showing us. Is the leaderboard like way out of date? But yeah, there we go. Wasn't sure why that wasn't showing. Why it wasn't showing the update there? Yeah, I'm trying to get an idea of the live feed. Here we go. Yeah, green white checker. Here we go. Let's see what this is gonna be. Here we go. We'll be having a caution. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But here we go. Green, green, green. It is green. Here we go. Let's see what Truex can do here. He gets a pretty decent jump, but they are so stacked up on that outside line. They are going to give a massive push to Byron. That's going to give Byron a really good shot to try and sweep this race. 4 wide in behind, but right now it's Truex versus Byron. This is the fight. This is the race for it. And yeah, no, Truex has no grip here. So William Byron has this lead, and he is going to drive away. William Byron gets this race back. Here we go. We're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen here. Yeah, Byron's got a really good situation with Truex holding it. And oh! Yep, 1, 2, 3 for Hendrick. It looks like, oh, and there's a wreck! No! Allmendinger! No! There we go. They're going to keep it green, though, because they are back there, and I'm guessing they think that it's okay. Because I don't think anyone hit anything too badly. But yep, we got the green to the finish. William Byron wins at Las Vegas in a 1, 2, 3 for Hendrick. So Hendrick Motorsports really dominated today. Byron ends up sweeping all 3 stages here. So there we go. That's the kind of race we've been waiting to see from Byron for a while now. Bubba Wallace 4th, Bell 5th, 6th, Cindric 7th, Truex. So Truex falls back to 7th there for the finish. Justin Haley with an 8th place finish. I know Keystone's going to be trying to brag about that one because he said he's making the playoffs. I don't believe it. Harvick 9th, and then 10th Suarez rounding out your top 10. Yep, I knew you were going to talk about him there, Patrick. Then you got Hamlin, Chastain, 11th, 12th. Blaney, 13th. Kyle Busch, 14th. Reddick, 15th. Almirola, Keselowski, Allmendinger, and Jones round out your top guys on the lead lap. Corey LaJoie, highest car, 1 lap down in 20th. So, there we go. Yep, another, hey, thanks for the compliments there, Hector. Glad to have been able to provide these play-by-plays for you guys. And, yep, Charlotte, North Carolina's William Byron. We got Phoenix next week. And I'll try and have those streams scheduled a little bit more in advance than I did this week. But, yep, here we go. William Byron wins at Las Vegas in a Hendrick Motorsports 1-2-3 sweep. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you guys are new so you guys never miss a live stream. But until then, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next video, live stream, or whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your day. Have a great day, everybody, and goodbye!